Hey, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the three biggest mistakes that people make when they come to starting their very first business and they're looking for that way out of their job and to replace their job income so they can quit for good. All right, so you have got to a place where you're working for your employer, you're in this corporate job, this 9 to 5, you are sick and tired of your boss always checking in on you. You're just about to close your laptop for the day, and then they come over and they ask what you've been working on, and you think, I just want to go home, right? But then you're there early the next day to get started, and every single year you don't see any change in your paycheck, nothing that's going to help you with the cost of living as that rises. So you've been thinking about starting this business. But the three biggest mistakes, so you can avoid them. Number one is when people get started with their business, they become obsessed with the name of their company. They become obsessed with the logo and what that's going to be. They become obsessed with these things, their branding colors. These are things that really do not matter in those early days of business. Nobody cares what the name of your business is. They don't care what the color is of your logo and what your branding colors are. And they don't care what that logo looks like. All that person cares about when it comes to your business is how you're going to help them with their problem. Remember, they've got a problem that frustrates them, annoys them, it keeps them awake at night, it makes them stressed, it gives them anxiety. Whatever that problem is, it's affecting their life negatively. And they don't look at your logo and go, I need to buy this. I need to buy from this business because their logo is amazing. No, they buy from you because of who you are, how you help them, and how you make them feel. If they don't know you, like you, or trust you, they're not going to buy from you. If they don't think that you can solve their problem, they're not going to buy from you. And the only way to do that is to get yourself seen, is to get yourself visible and start talking about the problem that you solve. I'm talking to you about starting a business and being able to quit a job that you hate purely from the knowledge that you already have, the experiences and what you already know. The problem is most people I speak to are stuck in a job. If I didn't talk about that and I just talked about my logo and my company name and I showed my branding colors off all the time, nobody would watch and nobody would listen. Nobody would care. It's the same for your business. So that's the first biggest mistake. Do not be obsessed about your name, your logo, and your branding colors, because those customers and those clients out there in the market, they really don't care. The second biggest mistake I see people making is they spend forever. They spend eternity in the planning stage and the research stage. They don't take me out of context here. You need to have some kind of plan put together and you need to do some kind of research on your business to validate it, right? You can do that by speaking to people. You can do that by going on Google. You can do that by searching the internet, right? That part's easy. And you don't need to create this big business plan because I can tell you it's going to go out the window on day one. But a simple one-page plan of what you want to do, how you want to do it, who you want to help, and how you're going to help them, perfect. But I see people who spend all their time, month after month, and you see, how are you getting on with your business? How's that going? Oh, yeah, I'm just researching at the moment. We're doing a lot of research. Right, well, that's been about 3 months now. Oh, yeah, I'm just planning it. I'm just planning it all out. And they spend ages just planning out all the years of how it's going to do it. Do you know what? That planning and that research and getting stuck in that phase, that's just fear in disguise. You're just avoiding it. You're putting it off. You're prolonging it because you're scared or you're doubtful or you're confused about what your next move needs to be. I'll put it in the comments, but I've got a free guide that gives you every single step you need. And that will just save you the confusion. That will save you the lack of clarity, the uncertainty. You just have to follow that plan. You have to follow that roadmap. That's all you have to do. So I'll put that in the comments for you. But look, you don't have to spend forever in research and planning phase because otherwise you're just avoiding getting started. And do you know what? When you get started, that plan that you have or that research you've already done, it's only then is it going to be tested. A plan's not going to be tested if you don't actually try it out and put it into action. The research you do at the start of your business to validate a business idea, that's a hypothesis. That's just hypothetical. You've got this idea in your mind. You've done some research. I've been speaking to these people. I've looked on the internet. I think my idea will work because of this reason, for that reason. And then you go out there and you actually put it into action to test to see if the research is actually correct or not. That's when you start finding out the real gems, the real hidden information that you would never have found out if you're just waiting on the sidelines, waiting to get started, just doing Google searches. Look, I can search on Google, I can search on the internet for content that people would like to listen to. For people who start a business, what content do they want to listen to? What do they want to learn about? But I'm not going to find these things out until I actually put content out there. That's why I've been putting content out there all this time, because then I learn from you firsthand. What do you want to know about? I can put a piece of content out there and hardly anybody watches it. Oh, they don't want to learn about that. Or I can put a piece of content out there, I get loads of views, loads of comments and engagement. I go, this is a really popular topic. This is what people really want to know about. Great, I'll lean into that some more. I'll do some more around that content. And it's the same for yourself. When you actually get out there, you're really talking to people, you're putting your business into action, taking those steps, you'll find out what people want, you'll find out what they don't want as well. So that's the second thing. Mistake number 3, this is the final mistake that I see people making, is they compare themselves and they copy other people in their industry that they want to go into. They copy and they compare themselves without really knowing why. So they go online, they know they want to get into a coaching business or they want to get into freelance, maybe graphics design, and they look for other people who are marketing a graphics design business or a coaching business. And they start copying them and they start trying different hacks and little gimmicks and tactics to try and get that winning edge, to try and suddenly have an abundance of clients and make a killing and making a fortune in money. But unless you've got a clear strategy behind you about what you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it and how you're going to do it, all those tactics, those hacks, those gimmicks are meaningless. And they change overnight anyway. You could try a hack, right? And you might get one successful result from it, but it's not going to last because overnight that hack or that tactic gimmick disappears, right? As the markets change, as social media changes, the environment, it changes, right? So these hacks, the gimmicks, they don't last forever. And the other thing about this, when you're comparing yourself to other people, and you're looking to people in your industry who are leading the way, they're hugely successful, you're looking at them and going, oh, how can I do it? They're so successful. Why would anyone buy from me? As soon as you compare yourself to that person, you split your own personal power in half. Why? Because you're directing 50% of your attention onto you and 50% of your attention onto them. Cuts your power in half. It makes you weaker. It makes you less able to take action. Focus on you. Focus on what you can get better at today. Focus on what skills and abilities that you need to work on and get better at. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. All right? Maybe you can learn from other people, but focus on what you need to do. There will be people who are successful, they're leading the way, they're creating amazing results, but it doesn't mean there's not a place for you. And I used to think that I used to always put so much pressure on myself because I felt like I was being left behind, because by the time that I succeeded in business, there'd be no clients left. Come on, human beings will always have problems. No matter what, human beings will have problems that need solving. And as more problems get solved, more problems will reveal themselves. Okay? So there will always be a place for you. There will always be problems to solve. People need help with their health. They need help with their finances and their money. They need help with their relationships all the time. And they're willing to spend a bucket load of money to get these problems fixed. So stay in your lane. Focus on what you need to do to get just 1% better every single day, rather than thinking about what is everybody else trying to do and trying to copy that all the time. They've found their winning formula. They've found their path. They probably started earlier than you. Fine. But what they've created is because, do you know what? They just knuckled down, focused on themselves, and they chose to get better and better and better every single day. If you can do that for yourself, you can create huge success in your own business. Ultimately, what do you want to do? You want to create enough money, enough income from your side business, then you can quit your job if you want to. You may feel that you don't want to quit and you just want to keep it as a side business. Fine. That's choice. Perfect. But in order to do that, it's going to come from you just focusing, knuckling down, and doing what you need to do. So there are three mistakes. Number one, I see people just becoming obsessed with logos, names, company names, branding. Forget all that. It doesn't matter. People buy from you because of the problem that you solve and for who you are as a person. Number two, they spend eternity in the planning phase, in the research phase, and never take actually any tangible action on working on their business. And last of all, they're just copying themselves to comparing themselves to other people. They're copying other people all the time, and it's slowing them down because all they're doing is trying tactics, hacks, and gimmicks that don't last. And there's no solid strategy behind that. And they're the three biggest mistakes.